back. My next guest is the creator and star of Family Guy on American Dad, which airs Sunday nights on Fox. Here's a scene from Family Guy.
Oh, go on. No, it is. So what if there's a new dog? Lots of families have 2 dogs.
Hey, Brian, I thought maybe we could spend the afternoon together.
Really? That'd be great.
Awesome. Because I got this new gun.
Here we go.
And I thought we could go deep in the woods where no one would ever think to look.
Oh, boy.
And just shoot it.
Awkward.
You know, like so far in that no one can hear gunfire.
A little on the nose.
Or screaming.
I don't think so, Peter.
Jeez, it's like he thinks I'm going to shoot him.
Please welcome Seth MacFarlane.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good.
I tell you, I just went to the bathroom and I feel great.
That's good guest behavior. You go before you come out.
I feel like $1 million.
Thanks so much for being here. So much to talk about. The show, both shows, so phenomenally successful, and they're just ingrained in the culture now, especially with young people. And it's one of those things, years ago I worked on The Simpsons, and I know that whenever any of the cast members would use the voice in front of an audience, and we've had some of them here, people would really enjoy it. Would you mind doing it?
I would be happy
we have
to.
a little, maybe
I
a little,
yes.
a little, how about Stewie? A little Stewie right now?
Conan, I gotta tell you, I love your hair. I've skied down slopes that weren't half as attractive as what you've got.
Very nice, very nice. Very good. How about Peter? How about
Peter, just your basic New England guy.
yeah, he is.
Likes his Pawtucket Patriot.
Yeah. I grew up
funny.
with these people.
Yeah. It's funny, the voices that the fans really like to hear oftentimes, most of the time it's Stewie and Roger the alien.
And we'll talk, just to paint the picture for us, where are you when you run into these fans, usually? Where are you?
Probably outside the studio.
Right. Yeah. But, you know, you go someplace, and let's say you're in a bar, and what kind of guys are we talking about?
You know, frat guys will come up and say, you know, can you do Stewie, can you do Roger? Which I think is hilarious because both of them are based on homosexual character actors from the 60s.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Really, America's college frat boys respond to homosexual character actors from the 60s, which is...
So what happens? They ask for those characters, and have you ever said to those guys, those giant linebackers, you ever said to them, by the way, I want you to know the characters you're deeply in love with are based on homosexual character actors from the 60s. Yeah, and what happens?
They punch me in the face.
I think so, yeah. But you resolve everything.
No, it's all good. Yeah.
Are these voices based on people from your life, any of them?
You know, I mean, Peter is every big, fat, loudmouth New England guy I ever grew up with.
Right.
You know, with no... The region is full of them. They're the most big-hearted guys, but they have no self-editing mechanism.
Right.
You know, they're the kind of guys who will go and see a movie like Philadelphia and sit there and not know what the hell to make of it and say,
For crying out loud, somebody throw a pie.
Yes. Not a lot of cultural sensitivity,
deep thinkers,
maybe.
no, sir.
Yeah. So, okay, you grew up with these people, but it's paid off.
It's
paid
off.
It's been good
well,
to you.
Yeah.
Now, it's all led improbably to not only these, monolithically successful shows, you're performing at Carnegie Hall.
That's correct,
with an entire orchestra. This is a 40-piece orchestra,
Yeah,
is that right?
40-piece orchestra. Yep.
In Carnegie Hall, doing these shows. I mean, this has got to be a dream to think that this show, this fledgling cartoon show, has now brought you to Carnegie Hall.
Yeah, it is. You feel a little strange up there because, you know, you're in this place with all this history, and there's this huge 40-piece orchestra behind you. I almost feel like I have no business being there because I look behind me at like the string players who are like,
yeah.
You know, giving you
the evil eye a little bit.
Eye. You're turning my bow into a musical horn.
Yeah.
You know?
Now you do some songs, some of the great musical numbers from the show. You're also, I'm told, you do a version of Rocket Man, John's Rocket Man, or another Rocket Man.
Shatner's Rocket Man.
The famous William Shatner Rocket Man.
We did on Family Guy. We did Stewie doing Shatner's Rocket Man, but in the course of our analysis of Shatner's Rocket Man, we made the observation that there's a middle part that he tries to kind of imprint his own set of actorly emotions onto, and it's utterly impossible to follow what it is that Shatner is trying to communicate.
This is what
there.
Shatner did, I think, on a
Yeah.
variety show
Yeah.
in the early 70s.
Yeah, early 70s. Yeah.
And it's this famous YouTube tape that's out there that all of us have watched. But this is Stewie doing that.
And I'm going to do this as Shatner.
Oh, you'll do this as
yeah,
Shatner. All right, we're going to hear this right now.
See if you can follow his emotional progression. Mars ain't the kind of place to raise a kid. In fact, it's cold as hell. And there's no one there to raise them, if you did. And all this science, I don't understand. It's just a job. 5 days a week. Rocket Man. What?
Well, he also...
That is...
Yeah.
It's like the actor's version of a Jackson Pollock.
Yes, there's a randomness
Just
to it.
throw it all out there.
Throw it
and
all
see.
out there. And of course, in the 70s TV show, I think they split-screened him with other
Yeah, with other
Shatners
Shatners,
who are
right.
smoking and glaring at each
And
other.
the last Shatner had his bow tie undone, so he was like the kind of roguish, fun party Shatner.
Right.
I'll
Yeah.
do anything that you ask me to do.
One of the things that has to be a little bit of a disconnect is you're in Carnegie Hall doing this show, and some of the songs, some of the content, it's a little dirty.
A little racy, yeah.
Does it ever feel like, and there's the 40-piece orchestra, the classically trained musicians, does that ever feel strange to you? Do you ever get self-conscious?
You know, by that point, we're all usually so much in the bag that we don't really remember what the hell is happening.
Yes.
But it's...
There's a refreshing honesty tonight with all of my guests.
Yeah.
You either have to go to the bathroom or I've been drinking heavily.
You try to get on the stage at Carnegie Hall and not be drunk, I'm telling you. It's intimidating.
Yeah.
But it's... But yeah, you know, it does. It wears off pretty quick, and you know,
You're just doing your show.
you embrace the vagina jokes in the classy setting.
Yeah. It's really, I understand that. A little too well. Now, holidays are upon us. Are you going to, and you're a New Englander, are you spending time with family?
I am, my family's all moved out to California. They all followed me out, and I'll be joining my family for Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, which is always...
What's this like? Describe the MacFarlane Thanksgiving.
Well, last year, my sister and I thought, my parents were both ex-hippies, and my sister and I thought it would be interesting to see how much of that is kind of still in them. So we brought a little bag of something up to Thanksgiving dinner with us and said, let's see if we can get Mom and Dad, like, let's see what happens.
Right.
And they agreed, and...
They agreed. You make it sound like we don't want to, but we will partake. Yeah.
They said, sure, why not? And it was just fascinating because I'd never seen my father in that state, although...
Now, how much of a hippie was your dad?
He was at Woodstock. He was the whole deal.
Right,
you know,
the ponytail.
He used to have a cop that was parked out front of his house for many hours a day because his sideburns were really long.
Right.
And so my father turns to me and he goes, you know, Seth, you and I, God, this is the first time that we have been stoned together as father and son. I got to write about this in my journal.
Then he just gets up and leaves the room.
I don't think I've ever been closer to my father.
Yeah. I'd like to read that journal later on. It wouldn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think it's mostly rainbows and such.
Little drawings of unicorns, happy sons wearing berets. Family Guy and American Dad air Sunday nights beginning at 9 o'clock on... I like you're just agreeing. I'm telling them. You're like, yes, all true. Yes.
I need a little reminder occasionally.
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much for being here. Always a lot of fun. Good to have you.
Thank you.
Seth MacFarlane right back. Kanye West going to perform. We'll see you in a second.